Fumes are running so high, I don't wanna be alive. There's never a right time, disguising the outside. What's going on inside, losing track of my own mind.
You talk too much. Can you just shut up?
It's not my fault that I talk too much. Damn it.
Hello and welcome back to WE Sports. I am Faye. I am joined here by Will, and today we have a humongous matchup. W
Opening
Mountaineers. Oh, go ahead.
Inaugural,
Yeah.
first one of the semester. Going to be a long semester. Going to be a good semester.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't be right if we didn't start off against a Texas team. It just wouldn't be right.
It's
I mean, of course.
it's gonna be it's huge today. Obviously, this is honestly one of the best season openers that you could get. This is these two rosters are extremely stacked. Pros on both sides.
Yes.
Lot of money earned among these six players.
Yeah. I think
actually you had the
around
total, don't you?
$500,000 between these two teams, West Virginia and Baylor, of course. Baylor's just got a full team of pros.
Yeah.
Andy Hoxer, Zanil, the new addition, Cosmic coming in with the new addition for the Mountaineers, joining Gyro and Matt after the departure of Tool from last semester. And I mean, this is going to be a bang of a start towards this regular season. Obviously, this matchup last year was a big deal. West Virginia was absolutely rolling, 4-0 in NACE, 12-0 in games, hadn't lost anything. Game one against Baylor, they come out and they look strong, and then all of a sudden they score 1 goal in the next 3 games. They lose 3 of the next 5 matches.
Yeah.
And they go from the 1 seed to the 4 seed, and they get swept in round 3 of the playoffs. It looked so strong to start off the season, didn't end the way that they wanted, but now they have a chance to redeem themselves here. Week 1 against the Baylor Bears, and you want to just talk about schedule. They've got Baylor this week, and then they've got Akron and Ball State, 2 new additions to Super Conference. Both of them were in the esports conference, the 4th highest conference in NACE last season. They went and combined 19-1. Their only loss was obviously to each other. They were absolutely dominant. They are still 2 of the best collegiate rock league teams in the country, so no surprise that they're back in Super Conference at all. Kind of missed them. Kind of missed playing Akron.
Yeah, admittedly, you got it right. Obviously, home of LeBron there, so shout out to them. But like you said, right? Like you said, though, Bruton Parker next week. So this is going to be, admittedly, if you win this game, I think you're kind of expected to then go 4-0. Baylor's going to be, out of these first 4 matches, by far your hardest matchup. So if you win today, pretty much expected to go 4-0. Bruton Parker just coming off of a loss against Eastern Tennessee, so they're already starting off their season 0-1. So going into next week, if you win here, it should be, admittedly, a bit of a cake.
And on the flip side, if something happens like we saw last semester, they lose to Baylor and it kind of gets in their head. I mean, obviously we saw last time they lose to Baylor, they lose 3 of their next 5.
Yeah.
They kind of stumble in the playoffs. If you lose to Baylor, all of a sudden Ball State and Akron, obviously they weren't in Super Conference last year, but they're still good teams. Who knows how those games are going to go? Are you going to be 2-2 after your first 4 games, and then you have to play Cumberland, and then you have to play Winthrop and St. Clair? The schedule is just going to get harder towards the end of the season. East Tennessee State, another team that is jumping up to Super Conference this year. I believe that's going to be their final match of the regular season. Yes, it will be. So, I mean, the schedule's going to get brutal after these first couple weeks, so you're going to have to stack wins early. And against a team like Baylor, that is a very tall task. As I said, a team will approach 300,000 career earnings among these 3 players. Obviously, Hawks are the star of the show there, but I mean, this was a really hyped up match last season, and now it feels like the stakes have just gotten even higher.
Yeah, they definitely are. This is the redemption arc, for the Mountaineers here. Obviously, coming in Cosmic, first game as a Mountaineer. So quite the introduction for him. And same thing for Zanil. Both very coveted players that are coming in to, I believe, their collegiate debuts, at least with these 2 teams. And it's going to be a big one. How they perform in these 2 puzzle pieces have to match up with these already very well-established duos that they're going to be joining. And I think whatever piece fits the team better will be the team that comes out on top today.
I agree. And to go a little bit more cosmic, you just said first match here as a Mountaineer. Obviously, two semesters ago, you lose Angel, the heart and soul of the team, the champion upon champion. His legacy speaks for himself. And last semester, Tool's last semester, so now you're bringing in Cosmic. But here's the thing. You lost a lot of experience with those 2 guys walking out the door. But Cosmic has been making money playing Rocket League since he was 14 years old.
Yeah,
he's been around the block. So this is a player that you can kind of expect to come in and find his groove rather early. It's not going to take 3 or 4 matches for him to really find his space because he just has so much experience. So I think that could be an edge for the Mountaineers. But, I mean, Zanil has played with Andy before. I think has even played with Hawkster before in some of their other competitions. So obviously, I don't think he's going to have any issue fitting in either.
No, I don't think so at all. And like you said, kind of a young vet in Cosmic. Like you said, been making money on Rocket League since he was 14 years old. And so I agree with that. I don't think he's going to take very long to really fit into this team because, for one, he's played with some of these people before. He's been around.
He's been around Gyro.
He's played with a lot of these people he's playing against now in NACE. So I don't think it'll take him very long to adjust to this new team. He's been on a plethora of new teams, so this is not a new environment for him. And like I said, I really think if he can fit in today and the Mountaineers can just start off strong with a Baylor win, which they're going to honestly have to because the end of their schedule.
It is a massive game. The schedule is brutal. I think Super Conference this year, Super Conference is always, I mean, it is the Super Conference. All of the super teams are in the Super Conference. But, I mean, last year you had Maryville who went 0-9. There's 4 departures from Super Conference. Maryville, as I mentioned, is gone. Shawnee State is gone. Davenport is gone. Lubbock Christian is gone. And then, as I said, Akron and Ball State, who were dominant in their conferences last year, and East Tennessee State, who went 7-0 in their conference as well. So you cut out all the bottom feeders from Super Conference, and you added in all of these powerhouses from other conferences around NACE. I mean, can the Super Conference get any more super? than it already was, and that might be the question. I mean, it's already going to be a brutal schedule. Like, there really is. I mean, like we said, like, man, Baylor's going to be a tough matchup, but so is Winthrop, and so is Cumberland, and so is St. Clair, and so is
Yeah.
Akron, and so is Ball State, and so is pretty much everybody. I think Bruton Parker's maybe you can like kind of you did sweep them in the playoffs last year,
Yeah,
and
right.
but like that's week 2, and then you have, as I said, Ball State, Akron, Cumberland, Winthrop, St. Clair.
It's a rough road to
Yeah.
get the playoffs here. And like you said, this is Super Conference, but the Mountaineers are used to this. They've been in the Super Conference. They've been in tougher scenarios before. And jumping in here to Game 1, the start of the NACE season. Here we
It all
go.
starts with 1, and that's going to be Cosmic's first ever touch as a Mountaineer. Play up the side, and there's Hawkser as well. Probably, maybe the most decorated collegiate player we have in NACE. An absolute stud on the pitch. Blue versus orange, I believe orange is going to be Baylor. Yep, Baylor versus Mountaineers. Man, we are so back.
We are so back indeed. And this first goal, I'm really interested to see how this goes. Because before we've seen the Mountaineers, they maybe try to come out super duper aggressive, or maybe try to play back and just kind of feel out this Baylor team, see how the changes, what they've kind of, changed, how their approach is going to be. But so far, I mean, we're seeing a bit of a ping pong match, just back
That's
and
an
forth.
excellent
Both
touch from
these teams.
Cosmic.
Oh my goodness.
Almost just found his first goal as the Mountaineer. It's going to be a really big a demolition there from Cosmic as well. There's an opening here for the Mountaineers. Matt's going to try and find a touch here. There's actually going to be a miss there from Zanil. Gyro winning that 50-50. Can Cosmic find a center here? He's going to be able to get past one. Can he find a teammate over the middle? Maybe, just maybe, but no. Zanil off the respawn is able to come in and get the save. Baylor Bears. The story of this matchup last year was the Baylor Bears defense. I called them the 85 Bears because, as I said in the pregame, Western Union scored 1 goal in the last 3 games of this series after scoring 4 in that game 1. So the Mountaineers obviously know about kind of the stoutness of this Baylor defense. It is obviously 2 of the 3 of the same rosters, and it's going to be Matt from Gyro. Gyro doing a ton of work there on the right side. An excellent little dribbler off the right. Set up his teammate beautifully. Matt, that's going to be the easiest goal he's going to score all season.
Yeah, and that Baylor defense looking a little bit of a hole there. I mean, that was a beautiful backdoor pass to open this up. A minute and a half into this first match, and we have our first goal. And the Mountaineers, if they can just come out aggressive, just kind of break down this Baylor defense, which was a really big struggle last year, or last semester, may I say. Like you said, 1 goal in those final couple showings, and starting off strong here.
You know, it was another theme that we saw last year a lot. Game 1 was the game for the Mountaineers. I don't think they ever lost a game 1 except playoffs. And Cosmic, congratulations, the first goal as a Mountaineer. Coming early on in this game 1, the Mountaineers going to take a 2-0 lead. It's going to be another assist there from Gyro. Cosmic gets on the board early. So as we said in pregame, I don't think it's going to take a lot for him to kind of fit in. He's been around the block. I mean, literally for over half a decade. He's only 19 years old. He has played so much Rocket League. He's played so much high-level Rocket League. So not surprised to see him making an impact early. Gyro already with 2 assists here. He's been doing an excellent job facilitating so far for this Mountaineer offense.
100%. And that's what you want to see, out of your star player here. Just getting the shots, setting up everything for his team. And especially for somebody like Cosmic, like you said, been around the block, shouldn't take too long to fit in. If he can have a teammate like Gyro just facilitating, setting up every single shot for him, it's not going to be too difficult to take down a team like Baylor when you have just the skill and talent of those 2 players. But off to a really very solid start here. This Baylor defense not maybe looking as strong as it did last semester. And just the pressure right now from this Mountaineer roster, it's kind of constricting.
It's been very consistent. Baylor hasn't really had a chance to attack so far in this game just because of, as you said, the pressure from this Mountaineer team. And this is arguably, probably on paper, maybe the best roster in all of NACE for the Baylor Bears here. And the Mountaineers have kind of completely stifled them so far. They really just haven't really had any kind of cohesion here on the offensive half. Matt's going to have a nice touch there. It's going to be a dangerous touch, in fact, but Kozik's going to be there for the clear, and now it's going to be Matt up this left side. Can he find a tap? Yes, again, over towards the middle. The defense is there. Cosmic gets bumped midair, and Baylor's going to be able to survive for the time being. Matt, once again, is going to try and find the center. Hawkser is there. Haven't said his name much so far in this game 1, but it's kind of been all Mountaineers so far.
Yeah, and this pressure is just continuing to surmount. A minute 45 for Baylor trying to answer back with 2 goals here. Cosmic going through the air. Really good bump we saw from Zanilo to try to shut down that West Virginia attack. Another counterattack is coming through from Baylor here. I mean, they're trying to scrap things together in this last minute and a half. They have to find a goal here very, very soon. Good defensive rotation for the Mountaineers here. Baylor finally able to try to put a little bit of pressure on, but it's just so far not enough.
The defensive rotations have been excellent so far from the Mountaineers. It looks like Baylor might have had a few openings there, but they closed very quickly. You can see kind of like a lot of times with these new players and kind of with this new like kind of chemistry building phase, the defense is kind of where it can lack sometimes just with those rotations, but the Mountaineers have been on point so far, and again, it's another really big stop there from Gyro. Baylor, they're still in the attack. 1 minute remaining. It's going to be Cosmic this time with the save. Matt's going to pick up that boost, trying to go up the right side. Andy's going to be able to center it for Zanil. But the Mountaineers stay pat. Stay strong here defensively, and Baylor now 45 seconds left. They're going to have to find 2 goals here in a little bit under a minute.
Yeah, Hawks are getting some solid looks here, but it's shut down every single time with Mountaineer defenders. We saw him kind of lurking in goal earlier. He was trying to get a bump. I don't know just yet. Andy now getting almost some good looks here on goal. 30 seconds left with Baylor offense, trying to score something, get something on the board. You cannot leave game 1 against the Mountaineers here scoreless.
And I mean, the Mountaineers, I think they've kind of just found the game plan for these next 20 seconds. Just deny. Gyro's going to look in the air. Hawks is going to go up the right side, but it's Matt comes swooping in from the side. And the Mountaineers are fine with just kind of letting this ball kind of hang around here. Matt can't get there in time, and Andy's able to find one. The Mountaineers got a little bit too careless there. That ball just dangling in the air, and Andy was the first one to find it. Now Baylor, 11 seconds now. Going to need to find a goal here to force overtime. Can the Mountaineers prevent the collapse here in game 1?
Yeah, 10 seconds left. Gyro does win the kickoff, though. It's a huge start. Only 7 seconds left. I don't know if Baylor's going to have it in them. They're going to have a miracle. Maybe Hawkser on the side.
Ball is all it's going to take, and it will come through. Mountaineers win game 1. The game 1 Mountaineers. Unbeatable.
Unbeatable, 100%. And Cosmic does find his first goal here as a Mountaineer here in game 1. Quite the beautiful start. 2 assists from Gyro. 3 saves coming on the side of Matt, who will be your MVP this game as well. And honestly, so far, looking at Hawkser, not a lot of offensive prowess that game. Something you would not expect.
A bunch of goose eggs over there for the, man that's made almost $200,000 playing this game.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a bit of a cold start. You don't want to poke the bear too much.
Very first game of the season, though.
Yeah,
very first game of the season.
Exactly. It's maybe a cold start.
And
it's
if
a
we
cold
learn
day here in
anything from last year, the Mountaineers can't get comfortable at all. They always won game 1 last year, and that obviously did not prove to be enough. Notably against this Baylor Bears team, who won games 2, 3, and 4 in the regular season matchup last year. So it's gonna, kind of need to stay locked here. Cosmic, a really good performance here in his first game as the Mountaineer. I like the touches, like the demos. Obviously, the goal is really nice, but Gyro with those 2 assists, not going to really show up in the point section of that scoreboard, but obviously the impact there was very, very huge there for the Mountaineers to get that game 1 win. Matt's going to try and find some wood cure up this left side. Neil, good little touch, but Gyro's there once again.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Baylor here, you have got to activate your main man. Hawkser has got to get on the board somehow, some way. Bit of pressure now for Mountain. Once again, Andy able to kind of take it out. Mountaineers were able to kind of get a lead early on last game and then just kind of hold it with pressure. Baylor not really able to do too much offensively. They did have that, last second goal there at the end when the Mountaineers got a little bit careless, but now another solid rotation coming in here from Baylor. Has to play defensive. Once again, it's kind of playing on their back foot this entire game. Cosmic might get a good look, and he does! Cosmic scoring in the first 30 seconds, his second goal as a Mountaineer. And once again,
it's Gyro. He's all over the place. He's setting up his teammates up so well. His 3rd assist so far, and all 3 Mountaineer goals have come courtesy of Gyro. And Cosmic, the leading scorer so far for this Mountaineer team. It's proven to be enough so far. Mountaineers take another early lead here against Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, Gyro just kind of looked like Chris Paul out here as of now, just dishing the rock wherever he does squeeze.
Well, he's kind of just all over the place right now. It seems like every important contest, every important 50, you can always find Gyro there. He's just always find a way to make a play like that little boost steal right there. Now he's going to run up this left ball, maybe trying to find another one of his teammates. Cosmic will be screaming over from that right side. Slides back to take the boost. Matt's going to try and center it here. Andy is going to get the touch out of harm's way for the time being. Cosmic, another center. The Mountaineers trying to find something there for the middle there. But Baylor able to stand pat for now. But Gyro, once again, the ball is going to fly over the middle, but there's just no Mountaineer there to follow. Cosmic out of boost for the time being. Matt's final reset. Gyro up in the air. Can he find a second touch? Not quite. And Baylor can be able to survive for the time being.
Yeah, just kind of barely able to survive right now for Baylor. Once again, Mountaineers are taking an early lead and is kind of keeping the pressure on. An open goal! Baylor will respond back, and Andy gets on the board. 1-1 now, almost half of the second match.
Andy finds his second goal so far of this series. Both of those Baylor Bear goals coming from the tires of Andy, and it's going to be a crucial one here, tying this game up Just under 3.5 minutes to go in this pivotal game 2. Mountaineers looking to take a commanding lead in this series. It's going to have to be once more. Matt going to go immediately over that middle. Oh my goodness, the ball is dangling in front of the goal, but the Mountaineers can't quite put it in. Andy with a good clear there. And now it's going to be Baylor here with a good chance here on offense. Hawks are trying to get active here for the first time in this series. Can't quite keep that ball though. So the Mountaineers going to be able to recover for the time being. Now they're going to have a little bit of a break. Cosmic going to go up this right track, trying to find something that's going to be over the head of Zanil. Is there something there? It's over the middle, and it's going to be Gyro. Gyro taps it in, and it's going to be a lot of Cosmic. He's been all over the place so far.
Really has.
The rookie has been sensational. It's going to be an assist for him, a goal for Gyro. Gyro finally getting on the board after putting in all this Chris Paul work, as you said.
Yeah, he finally got his ring there.
Beautifully got his ring.
Beautiful. I will say that. And that is a necessary goal here. You know, you cannot allow Baylor to get at all comfortable. They have to be playing from behind the entire time because, as we've seen before, even when Baylor's playing from behind, they can just come right back in the nick of time and win it all. We do not want to see that once again here this
Frankly,
season.
just too much talent to count out in pretty much any game from this Baylor, from really both of these rosters. The offensive output potential for both of these teams is just so strong. Cosmic trying to find something, but he's going to be out of boost. Zanil looking over the middle. Hawkser's going to come up this left side. It's a pretty good touch there over towards the center. Hawkser, oh my goodness. A great dribble there for a second, but now can Baylor capitalize? Zanil's going to be over the middle, but it's Gyro once again. As I'm he's just all over the place. All those important contests there. Gyro's just always going to make the play, and now it's going to be Mountaineers. Another good attacking chance. Matt's going to try and find that 50-50. Now it's going to be Gyro once again, but it just gets knocked over. And now the Baylor Bears going to be flipping the field right now. This ball is ping-ponging all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, just kind of back and forth as now, but there's still one goal lead lingering over this Baylor squad. 2 minutes left. They're going to try to capitalize. Hawkser, amazing dribble through the air.
That's just
Puts it
Hawkser.
top left. What a play.
You weren't going to be able to keep him down forever. And that is just an outstanding individual effort there from Hawkser. Cosmic tries to just put his car in front of that ball, but it's just not enough. Hawkser just keeps on.
Just great defense there, but simply just insane offense coming out from Hawkser. That is not, something that you can really draw up in the book too much. It is this pure talent shining through.
Good defense, better offense, as they say. And now Baylor looking to keep up the pressure here, trying to take their first lead so far in this entire series. The Mountaineers now trying to find one more to separate themselves once again. Gyro's going to be over here. Can he find something over the middle? Not quite there. Now Baylor can have a chance here. Andy over the middle. It's a really good touch there from Cosmic to stifle that Baylor attack. Now the Mountaineers on a bit of a break of their own. There's a lot of attacking chances right now in this game. Gyro's going to be up the right side. Met by Hawkser. There's another excellent touch there from Hawkser. He's really come alive in these past few minutes. Is he going to be able to do it all himself again? No, he's not. Matt is there, but Baylor still knocking on the door of getting their third goal in this game.
Yeah, beautiful touch there by Matt. He's just trying to get this thing back over to this orange side of the pitch. And once again, another good look. Some good defense by
Hawkser
Baylor.
again, though. 1 minute remaining. And the Mountaineers find some separation here. Gyro's going to have a chance. It froze for a second. No goal there. Now it's going to be Cosmic over the center. Oh, my goodness. Oh, so many chances there for the Mountaineers, but just nothing quite able to find it.
Ball's kind of lingering around this goal line for a while here. Cosmic able to put it back, keeping it on the front of the pitch, but now a solid clear coming out from Baylor. It is going to be an open goal. Hawkser from the middle of the pitch puts Baylor up 1 goal with 38 seconds left. Are you serious?
A full court shot in the final minute of this game just sneaks through those Mountaineer defenders, and Hawkser, 2 goals in the past 90 seconds here to give Baylor their first lead so far of the series. Now the Mountaineers on the back foot.
I said it earlier, Baylor has got to ignite Hawkser here. And I tell you what, that fire is lit. 2 goals for him here. Been the deciding factor here in game 2. Half a minute remains. The Mountaineers will try to even this thing up. Can Matt put the team on his shoulders? Taking this ball down the side. Zanio tries to get a nice touch on the side as well. 20 seconds remaining. We saw so many good opportunities from Mountaineers really to score, but none of them were able to really be capitalized.
And now it's just kind of Baylor trying to just kind of go park the bus here. Just keep kind of batting that ball down towards that Mountaineer goal. Keep it out of it in front of their own net. Matt's going to try and find something here, playing over the Gyro on the left side, but Andy's going to have to contest there. Now, is that ball going to be grounded? Yes, it will be. Baylor takes game 2. And it's a shocker to nobody. Hawkser was not going to stay quiet for long.
No.
2 huge goals. Andy as well, 1 goal and 2 assists, 100% goal participation here from them, along with 3 assists. Andy, a sneaky, excellent game. Now it's Zanil with a lot of goose eggs, but obviously did not matter in this game. And Cosmic, once again, a strong showing, but not enough for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and Hawkser, 2 goals there, 3 saves. I mean, absolutely insane performance from him. Like we said, only on 4 shots as well, so not, getting some good looks. A lot of, the start of that game was looking really good for the Mountaineers. But then as, Hawkser tried to, got that first goal and then got that second goal, both goals kind of being, mainly the second one, kind of I guess you could call it luck, you could call it skill, whatever you want to say. Obviously Matt almost got the touch on that last one. That was the coveted full-court shot. But a big game there for Baylor. Should not try to go down 2-0 here in the series. But I don't know. Going to Game 3 here, I still kind of think the Mountaineers have a lot of momentum.
Well, Cosmic has really kind of been the shining star so far for this Mountaineer team, but it's going to have to be Matt specifically going to really need to step it up here and kind of really put his fingerprint on this game now. Gyro's done an excellent job facilitating so far towards Cosmic, but the Mountaineers now only 2 goals in those last games. We kind of saw how this kind of went last year when these offensive attacks started to sputter, especially against the Baylor team. They were not able to get out of that slump, so it's going to be important for them to kind of come out of here swinging.
100%. And like you said earlier, Mountaineers did score very early on in that first game. Obviously, second as well. Hawkser, nice touch here on this right side. Matt is getting a nice test though. Cosmic almost has the look. Does the spot away with the Baylor defense. And once again, almost a solid shot there by Andy going far right. Gyro now kind of soaring through the air like an eagle. Goal gets shut down once again. And right now, you're kind of going back and forth on both sides of this court.
Zanil up this right side. The other rookie in this match hasn't quite been impactful as Cosmic have. Matt, a good 50-50 winner on the left side, but it's going to be Zanil once again. Pushing this ball back into play for Baylor. The Mountaineers looking to try and find a counterattack here. It's going to be Matt up the left side, but just misses it. Cosmic's going to try and find the center, but now it's going to be Baylor. Once again, back and forth. The soccer ball goes. Zanil once again up this right there, trying to find something. That is going to be there. Baylor, Andy off the top of the crossbar. Can Hawkser find the follow-up? No, it cannot. And now, is that going to be an open goal for the Mountaineers? Yes, it will be. Cosmic, another goal, another big goal for Cosmic in his debut game. Hawkser just could not get in front of it in time.
Wow.
Mountaineers, and that's usually the mistake we see the Mountaineers make.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, Mountaineers getting a little bit lucky there. That should have been a Baylor goal, but it was right off the crossbar. Cosmic, though, is able to capitalize on that mistake. And a big mistake it was for the Mountaineers up 1-0 here, and what has so far been a very defensive-sided game.
I haven't seen a ton of offensive output. I've seen both these teams are capable of. Now it's a little bit of an air dribble here, trying to find some magic here. Cosmic's going to go up the right side, but can't quite get 50-51, but Matt plays it back up with Baylor. There's reinforcements arrive. Cosmic, once again, he's just kind of all over the pitch right now. It's really been Gyro and Cosmic really making an impact. Can Matt join the party here? He's going to try and find a center here, but it's just not going to quite be enough. Gyro with a really good kind of touch there to put this ball back in play for the Mountaineers. Cosmic going to try and find a center. It's going to be Hawkser over the middle, though, and you're never going to get past him right there.
Yeah,
Too gets it to a player for that to work.
Yeah, that's Hakeem Olajuwon. Just kind of sitting in the paint there. Nice top-down shot there for the Mountaineers. And once again, this pressure and just keeping Baylor on defense.
Matt, but there's just no one there.
That was a very solid touch there from Matt.
Cosmic gets past 2. He's going to try and find the setup. Zanil is there, but the Mountaineers putting up a ton of pressure right now. Still trying to find their second goal so far this game. Can it be Gyro? No, it's Zanil once again. The Baylor Bears defense bending but not breaking right now. It's going to be another chance here. Cosmic over the middle trying to find a setup. Gyro's going to be there to follow it up. Can he find something? Going to get the bump on the Zanil. Can he find it almost off that right side? Just right of the post there for the Mountaineers, but they're still on the attacking foot here. Matt's going to find another touch towards the middle. Can he finally find it? No, it's Zanil once again. Gyro once again. The Mountaineers are not giving up this attack.
This has been a minute and a half of just bees swarming around some honey right now. Something has got to break eventually, you think, for this Mountaineer squad. Just save after save from Baylor. Zanil finally making the ball cross half court. The Baylor Bears might have a chance on attack here. Can they try to even the scorecard? Hawkser flying through the air. Matt beats him there.
Matt. Outstanding touch from Matt. Now can the Mountaineers get back on the offensive pass just like Sam Gyro's going to be up this right side. Doesn't have a ton of boost, so he's going to have to try and get around Andy, but it's just not going to work. Almost in a bit of a Rule 1 situation there, but they are separated now. So Cosmic up on the right side. Baylor trying to find an equalizer. Just over a minute remaining.
Oh.
And they find it, and guess who?
It is the Hawkster. Almost a good save there coming here, but Hawkster simply just an insane shot. What a touch. Gyro.
That's
once again, so close.
absolutely absurd placement there from Hawkster. The one place he had to put it for that to be a goal, and you just know he's going to put it right there. And now this game is tied once again. Hawkster again with the roads here for this Baylor team.
Yeah, I mean, this is just currently Hawkster Central these past 2 games. I mean, this is exactly what you want out of your star player. You know, this guy he's been around the block, as you said so many times this stream, for so many of these players, and you're kind of seeing how much experience, you know, some of these guys have and how much it shows off in moments like these where it's back and forth. You know, you really have to dig your foot in deep and try to get some sort of momentum against this Mountaineer roster, and Hawkster is doing just that.
Yeah, he's doing everything his team needs him to right now and more. It's really just kind of been all him so far on the offensive side these past 2 games. He's really been kind of the saving grace for this Baylor team so far. The Mountaineers have had so many attacking opportunities in these opponents, but they're just not quite able to find that second goal. Now it's going to be Baylor once again on the counterattack. Hawkster, as always, going to be right in the center of that play. Neil's going to try and find something, but it's going to be a good touch from Cosmic. Send this back over towards that Mountaineer side. Andy over the middle, another goal now. Just over 10 seconds left. Can Matt try and find it? He's able to get past one. Matt almost finds his first goal, but guess who? Hawkster with the save. Now it's going to be Cosmic trying to find something over the middle. The Mountaineers have a chance here. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, one grounded ball, and we're going to be heading towards overtime. Gyro is just going to let the ball drop, and we will head into overtime in game 3.
What a massive overtime here. Trying to take the lead. Almost a dangerous kickoff there for the Baylor Bears. Nothing comes up it though. Gyro on the right side, him and Cosmic battling it out. Teammate on teammate basically there. I think this might be a very swift overtime. Both these teams have been knocking at the door of a goal for a while now, especially this Mountaineer roster. Andy through the air. What a save by Gyro from beneath. Keeping this game alive.
At the last second, and it's a good touch from Hawkster there to keep that alive. Neil, though, a very dangerous touch over the middle. It's going to be kind of intercepted there from Matt, and now Mountaineers have completely flipped the field. Gyro's going to win the 50-50 as well. Matt's going to be over the left side. Can he find one more touch? Try and find a teammate over the top. Just no one's quite there. Put it in the back of the net. Now it's the Baylor's turn to get back on the offensive here. Cosmic going to try and slow this game down, take that ball up to the sky. Andy, touch it. Let's be Hawkster with another great win there. Gyro's going to try and find something here, just pushing that ball back over towards that Baylor goal. So Baylor's going to be able to maintain possession for the time being. Cosmic, goodness, that almost looked like it could have gone in.
And both these teams right now just so close to getting this goal to end this game 3 and take that series lead. A nice look there, a little bit high though. Mountaineers got to be sweating right now. Defense has got to be everything. What a move by Zanil. Gets past 2, but Gyro's there to get the final touch to knock it right off the goal line. Zanil still here though. Cosmic, good block by him. Possession now, right side. It's going to be Max. Hawkster lose the 50-50. Cosmic, open goal. We'll rotate back though. It's going to be Baylor. And once again, this is just back and forth right now. We might see something break here soon.
I mean, I cannot believe that there hasn't been a goal so far. There's been so many chances here for both of these teams. Baylor, I can't believe Baylor didn't just score there. Looked like that ball was just begging to be scored there. The Mountaineers did not have a great defensive showing after this past 45 seconds, but now able to kind of catch it breath for the time being. The ball can just bounce around towards the middle. Matt's going to try and take this up the left side. Grabs the boost, but it's going to be intercepted. Neil has been kind of a really good defensive show for this game, and that's going to be open goal for the Mountaineers. Cosmic, once again, Cosmic. Wow. And as I just complimented the Baylor defense, just a complete lapse there. Everyone's going for the ball, and no one's able to find it. And Cosmic, another really easy goal, and the Mountaineers 2-1, taking game 3.
The ball kind of gets knocked away there at the end, knocked away from Hawkster, and he can't really make the play on it. And then, like you said, just an open goal for Cosmic to come on in.
Cosmic is
and
balling.
Take game 3. He is balling. This is a insane first game showing from him.
Cosmic is absolutely balling. Matt with the 3 saves there. A couple of those really critical saves towards the end of regulation and in overtime. Hawkster having the sole goal for Baylor. No surprise there. Zanil, 5 saves as well. I did talk a little bit about his defense towards the end of that game 3. He was all over the place, especially in regulation. And now Baylor, 1 game away from taking a week 1 loss to this Mountaineer team, who they handled rather easily in the regulation just last year. The Mountaineers looking to avenge that loss right now in game 4. It looks like it's going to have to be kind of Cosmic again. He really has kind of showed out to be the goal scorer so far for this Mountaineer team early on. And
I mean, 6 shots on goal. He was kind of the leading force in that 2-minute attack.
That's a lot of pressure.
That is insane.
Baylor took 9 shots. He took 6. all on his lonesome.
That
So, I
that's
mean-
yeah, it's a wild score there. I will say that. And like I said, I was saying like that 2 minutes of just straight attack, which somehow did not end up in a Mountaineer goal, was mostly Cosmic getting good looks.
Yes.
But once again, then you have this entire Baylor defense, which you've compared to was it the 89
Yeah,
Bears. You said?
I did pull the 85 Bears.
85 Bears, yeah, and I mean it's true. They usually have this insane lockdown, and these have been relatively low-scoring games and relatively low shots on goal games. Just look at that game 3 right there. But going into game 4, Baylor, they've activated Hawkser. Can they activate that 85 Bears defense?
Well,
That will be the final piece.
And they've been able to activate Hawkser quite effectively over these last 2 games, but it really has just been no offensive output from either Zanil or Andy. So Hawkser, I mean, we know he's probably good for his one. He's going to get his one almost every game. But can Zanil and Andy tag along? Can they find just 1 or 2 goals between themselves to really put Baylor in a position here to take this and force a game 5? It's going to be demolition on the map to try and example this Mountaineer attack. This is a really good touch from Gyro. Oh my goodness, it's just off the hood of his car. Bounced the wrong way there. Matt trying to get active here as well. Mountaineers almost a man down was able to kind of find that opening goal. They have been good so far at finding these kind of quick goals to start off these games. Now it's going to be Baylor's turn up the left side. It's going to be Zanil. It's a good touch over the top. The Mountaineer defense is there, and now Baylor has to be really careful with Andy. All in the zone here trying to find the clear. He's going to pick up that big boost. He will find the clear. No, he will not. He will get demoed. The Mountaineers a man advantage here. Matt's going to go up the right side, trying to find a center. He's able to get past one. Zanil's there for the touch. And just nothing going right now for either of these offenses.
Yeah, I mean, this is so far. I've seen good rotations by Baylor. You're not going to give up that early goal that we've seen time and time again throughout the series. Andy, some nice touches in the air. Matt gets a
my
touch on it, but
goodness,
it
from
can't be
Andy.
enough. Andy, the mechanical prowess coming on in. And Baylor, for the first time in this series, taking that first goal. Actually, I don't think Matt even got a touch on it. I'm going to be honest.
I'm not sure, and that's what Baylor needed. They needed someone else besides Hawkser to come along and make one of those wild plays to give Baylor their first lead. And now you got to think Baylor's good for at least 2. Your Hawkser, you got to think he's going to get his one. So now it's going to be can the Mountaineers really try to kind of stifle up offensively here in these next 3.5 minutes. They're going to have to get to probably 2, maybe even 3 goals here if they want to win this in regulation now and end this early in a 3-1 victory to avenge the defeat from last time. Gyro was almost going to do it all by himself there, but the Baylor defense collapses at just the right time. Cosmic has been rather quiet here in these first 2 minutes here. This game forward has been outstanding so far in this series. But they need to find something to kind of reawaken that offensive spirit. It's going to be demolition there on the Hawkser. The Baylor Bears are down the superstar for the time being. There's going to be a really good air drill from Andy just to kind of stall that out. Not going to be able to find a goal for it, but the respawn comes through.
Yeah, Matt on this right side gets
Oh
past
my
one defenders.
goodness,
Can
Matt!
Matt finish it off? No. Hawkser is able to just make sure the ball does not pass that goal line, but what a play there by Matt. I thought for sure that was going to be the equalizer, but no. We are going to cross the halfway point, and Mountaineers are still going to be scoreless, but so close there for
We were
Matt.
going to run that in the pre-stream clips for years.
Oh, forever. That
Oh
was
my
going to
goodness.
stay well after Matt. I mean,
almost
that
still
was
want to run
insane.
it. That was, man, that was excellent there from Matt. Not able to quite find the goal, but the Mountaineers now a little bit over 2 minutes. Still need to find this equalizer here. Baylor obviously trying to pile on as well. It's going to be Zanil going to try and get maybe his first shot here for this match. Not quite there. Cosmic over on this left side. Andy, it's a difficult push to win, and now it's going to be Hawkser over the middle, and that's going to be a wide open goal for Andy. Actually, yeah, he is going to take it. Stole Hawkser's goal there a little bit, but Baylor
Maybe he's
Bears
going for the
find a
hat-trick.
second.
Yeah, that not what you want to see there. Just maybe a bit of miscommunication.
Just absolutely stole his goal.
Yeah, 100%.
Shameless, shameless from Andy.
Maybe Hawkser gave him the A-OK.
Couldn't let
Who knows?
Hawkser get all the glory.
No, he is enough glory, you know.
That is certainly maybe just one of his team player. So the Mountaineers now in trouble, under 2 minutes, down 2 goals. They're going to need to find out quickly. There's a good opportunity there for the Mountaineers. Again, not quite there. The offense has been really stagnant so far in this game, but they haven't really had that many chances either, besides kind of the individual brilliance there from Matt that one time. But even there, they couldn't find it. Gyro just off the top crossbar. Cosmic trying to find it, but Andy's there for the save. It's going to be another kind of open goal situation for Baylor, but they're able to kind of lure him off path or just in time for the defense to come back from the Mountaineers. So Baylor once again knocking on the door. Hawkser over the middle. A really good test for him, but now no more Bruce going to have to back up. And now the Mountaineers trying to find somebody. Zanil has been demoed, but Andy's just going to steal it and almost about to another goal for himself. Hawkser off the top again. Can he find it? Zanil just a little bit too high, but the Baylor Bears are just trying to give the Mountaineers a chance right now to find that goal.
No, not at all. And this is kind of what we saw from the Mountaineers in game 1. just get that lead early on. They're just kind of starving and just making sure this pressure is just unsurmountable for the opposing team, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here. I mean, they're just kind of turning it against them, using their own, poison here, and this is working out very well. Hawks I mean, we were seeing how, like you said earlier, somebody else has got to kind of take up a little bit of the goals, and Andy took that role here in Game 4, and it's been working out for them. Mountaineers going to have to find a really quick goal here in succession. I don't know if I see it happening.
I think very similar to the game one, as you mentioned. In that game, when Baylor scored with just about 11 seconds, it wasn't enough time for them to find the second goal. The Mountaineers are going to need to find one early here. 30 seconds remaining, but it looks like Baylor's going to even be able to find a third here. Neal's going to play this back over to the left side. Now the Mountaineers, are they even going to have enough time now? Gyro with a fake there to kind of get that ball backwards towards the Baylor side, but it's going to be Hawkser able to get past one, get past two. Oh my goodness, Hawkser just taking the ball all the way to the other side of the court all by himself. And now the time is just not going to be enough for this Mountaineer team. 1 second remaining, a grounded ball is going to do it for this Game 4, and we are going to be headed to a Game 5, 2-all, 2 goals from Andy in that pivotal Game 4, and now the Mountaineers, Cosmic, not as good as his previous games would show, but obviously now it's going to be a complete team effort here for Game 5. We talked about how important it was to get this first win with this coach you have coming up, with the gauntlet you have at the end of the year. Getting this first one is going to be so crucial, especially against a team that beat you last year. You got to think, you just got to want this more right now if you're the Mountaineers.
Most certainly do, and I mean, right now that is a big game for Baylor, able to shut out the Mountaineers there. Not really anything, like only 4 shots on goal across the team. I mean, Andy had more than that just himself.
It's 11 shots to 4 is not really going to win you many games.
No, not at all. And that is big momentum going in now into Game 5. We've seen this before. These Game 5s, Baylor tends to come out on top. As we've seen time and time again, when it does go down to the wire, these, if it's a brawl, Baylor's probably coming out on top, and I don't want to see that here, The Mountaineers, if they can get that early lead once again and just try to maybe play, like that Game 1, they got the early lead, they got a little more aggressive, got the second goal, and then it's kind of just kind of kept the ball on the orange side of the pitch the entire time. They weren't really going for a lot of risky shots. They're just keeping possession and just starving Baylor of any opportunity to equalize. And I want to see that once again here.
The Mountaineers played in 4 series last year that went to a Game 5. They were 2-2 in those series. They're going to find an early one here. Already in Game 1. Cosmic, can he open that dam back up against the Mountaineer offense? Not quite there. It has been a dry spell, I should say, for this Mountaineer team. Cannot find anything offensively over the past 7 minutes of Rocket League, and that is just not the situation you want to be in. It is the exact situation that was happening last year against this same team. The 85 Bears have come out to play in these past 2 games.
100%. This is, like you said, this is what we saw last semester. We saw this Baylor defense just be completely insane and just there's no even shots on goal. They had 4 last game. It's not like they're getting a lot of shots and they're just saving. They can't even get an opportunity to score. You obviously had the heroics coming in from Matt and Gyro a little bit, but it's just never been enough in these past 2 games, and we're seeing that. And Baylor once again here. I mean, not a hot start for either of these 2 teams, kind of back and forth. But if the Niners get on the board early, like they've been doing in the first game, I don't know. I don't see Baylor being really able to keep up with the offensive prowess of this Mountaineer roster.
And what we're watching right now is how Baylor's been so effective in these past couple minutes on defense, and why we've seen the Mountaineers with just a lack of shots. They're just always on the back foot. The Baylor pressure, that ball is just always kind of dangling towards that Mountaineer goal. Obviously, you can't really take any shots when you're always trying to save the ball from your own net. And it's really been oh my goodness, Andy came in at the last second. It looks like that might be what it has to be for this Mountaineer team. The team play just isn't quite there. It might need to be kind of that individual heroics like we saw from Hawkster and Andy in Games 2 and in Games 4. Can the Mountaineers find one of their own? Matt's going to try and find something. But the Baylor defense is just swarming back to the ball. It's another good save there from Andy. Just casually knocking out his own net.
I will say the Mountaineers are getting good looks this game. We didn't see them get many good looks at all in Game 4, but here, I mean, this is good look after good look, and there's another one there. But Baylor now at least being forced to make a lot of saves, which worked out, I guess, a little bit in Game 3.
I believe Andy already has 3 saves in this first 2.5 minutes. The Mountaineers have gotten more shots, I believe, already in this Game 5 than in all of Game 4, but obviously none of them have equated. in the Grand Prize in one of those goals. Cosmic already has 3 shots. Gyro trying to find something over the middle. Is going to be able to get past Hawkser. Cosmic over the middle once again, but the Baylor defense, 85 Bears are out. They are not letting up. It's now been, I believe, 10 minutes of Rocket League without a Mountaineer goal.
I will say though, I mean, not a goal yet here for the Mountaineers, but I'm
It's gotta
loving
be
what
there.
I'm seeing, and there it is. Cosmic finally breaks down the door. The lock could not hold for long enough, and the Mountaineers once again going up. I wouldn't say early, but they're going up in general. 3 minutes have gone by. 2 minutes for Baylor trying to get a response going. And like I said earlier, I don't think if this comes down to somehow a shootout in these past 2 minutes, or these last 2 minutes, I don't see Baylor coming out on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about how kind of the Mountaineer team play hasn't been there. A lot of these Baylor goals have been kind of the individual excellence, or
Yes.
a lot of times some blunders defensively from the Mountaineers, like we just saw right there, and that's going to be a goal for Hawkser. Speak it into existence. Asking you shall receive, I guess.
Indeed, and I mean right here, you know,
Cosmic just gets demoed, gets caught lacking, and then Hawkser. We said, I believe it was Matt earlier, for the easiest goal of his life. Now it's going to be Hawkser. 1-1, 2 minutes to go, Game 5 for Week 1 of this NACE Varsity Premier season. Can the Mountaineers find one more goal to separate themselves? But obviously Baylor trying to do the exact same. It's going to be, I mean, Hawkser's been all over the place so far. It's really been a Hawkser v Cosmic show so far, and this match was not what I expected to say at all going into this.
no, not at all. Oh my gosh, the power shot coming through there. Able to get the save though. But I mean, this might be a shootout in these last 2 minutes. We've seen 2 goals, you know, in the span of 30 seconds, but one of them off the mistake of Mountaineer. Once again, Hawkser flying through the air, just looking absolutely invulnerable. Coming on through, and a nice save. I was going to say a nice save, but that was Hawkser in goal. Andy takes another one. That is a 1-goal lead here now.
And Hawkser, he just forces so much attention. He forces both Cosmic and Gyro to both try and stop him on the ball, and then there's just no one left to catch the rebound. And Baylor's going to catch 2 pretty easy goals there in the past 40 seconds, and then the Mountaineers are all of a sudden on the back foot here. They have 80 seconds here to find an equalizer to try and force overtime in this Game 5. And this has really been when Baylor has really kind of been able to put them with lamps so far, kind of in these last few minutes. And Cosmic, can he just find a tap in? Yes, he can. He finds the demo. He gets back out in front of the net. And it's an excellent ball there from Gyro just to find him. The demo from Cosmic, as you see at the bottom of your screen, and then Gyro just taps it down to him. Wow. I mean, it's been live by Cosmic, die by Cosmic so far for the Mountaineers.
And just crazy position to even be in the spot to get that goal. Cosmic, you know, if there's one takeaway from this game, Cosmic is here to stay, and he is balling right now. I mean, what a rookie debut. 1 minute left to decide the fate here of Game 1, unless we're going to see an overtime. If we can get a Mountaineer goal here, that might be able to seal it. I don't know. The Bears have gotten some just pretty crazy goals here in this series.
Absolutely. Maybe a chance here from Andy. We've seen a lot of individual goals scoring from him and Hawkser so far for this Baylor team. The Mountaineers now, they cannot allow another one of those defensive lapse in judgment that we've seen a couple times so far in this series. 30 seconds left here for all the marbles in Game 5. It is 2-2. Will we see overtime? Will we see some heroics here in these final half minute? Gyro's going to go up this right side. Plenty of boots to spare, but it's a good bump there from Gyro to kind of knock Andy off right off that ball. Now Matt over the middle towards Cosmic. Matt trying to find a setup. It's Hawkser though, always able to find that ball, but now it's kind of a good opportunity for Gyro. It's a little bit of a dribble there, but it's going to be Andy once again. The 10 seconds now. The Mountaineers trying to find something here. It might be there. Matt's going to try and find something over the middle. Can he find the touch off the right crossbar? Oh my goodness, it was nearly down. It's going to be Gyro trying to keep that ball up, but it will be grounded, and we will see overtime, sudden death in Game 5.
What a way to start the season here for both of these teams. Absolutely insane. Nice 50-50 there from Hawkser, actually able to get away from it and grab the possession. Now leading it down this left side, a nice insane charge coming through. Zanil has to get a touch in the air, but cannot find it. Baylor starting off on attack here. Matt taking possession off the wall. Able to cross half pitch. Nope, not quite. Gyro now battling on this right side. 24 seconds here in this overtime. Back and forth so far. Baylor though.
Been here for Baylor, but it's going to be Gyro. Really kind of showing his stuff here in this game. 2 assists, both assists coming from Gyro to Cosmic so far in this game. Can they connect one more time? And here it is! The unsung hero comes in at the final hour and gets the series-winning goal for the Mountaineers. We haven't said his name much, but that doesn't matter at all now.
Hawkser is out of here.
Matt gets to wear the crown.
Wow.
And the Mountaineers take down the Baylor Bears. Redemption from last season. in a thriller to start off this NACE Premier Rocket League season.
I would like to say, I did say it, if it comes down to a shootout in these last 2 minutes, the Mountaineers, I have a feeling, are going to come on top. 2 goals from
And
Cosmic.
look at the shot, a complete reversal, 12
Yeah.
to 5 in favor of the Mountaineers.
Wow.
I think that was Matt's second goal of the entire series, and it's
Yeah.
going to be, I mean, one of the most important goals any Mountaineer scores all season. Absolutely beautiful. And the Mountaineers take down, again, as you said, maybe the most stacked roster in collegiate NACE from a Rocket League point of view.
Yeah.
And the Mountaineers are going to start off the season 1-0.
What a start of the season there. I mean, honestly, even if that was going to end in a loss, which luckily it did not, Cosmic playing at that level
Yeah,
in
that
his
was
first
really
game
nice to see.
is a beautiful sign for the future of WVU Sports here for Rocket League. And
Yes.
I mean, just what a giga banger, honestly.
I mean,
Game
you can't ask for
5,
much more.
overtime, like, what else do you want? Matt with the game winner?
Yep.
Come on. You know?
And we talked about it. Zanil and Cosmic, 2 first-timers.
Yeah.
Cosmic showed up. Zanil, we said his name on defense a couple of times, but
Yes.
that was it. I don't think he scored once the entire match. I could be
I
wrong.
do not know.
But I mean, Cosmic showed up and showed out. I mean, 6 goals, maybe 7
Yeah.
goals, 8 goals. Who knows? Cosmic was all over the stat sheet so far in this game. Such an important win for the Mountaineers. We stressed it a lot in the pregame. Now they have Bruton Parker next, Ball State after that, Akron, and then the gauntlet starts. Now, I mean, after winning that Baylor game, you got to think. I mean, 4-0 has to be the expectation now going forward for this Mountaineer team.
It most certainly is. I mean, if you can beat Baylor here, I mean, it was down to the wire, admittedly, but you still beat them at the end of the day. You're 1-0 here on the season. These next 3 games are not going to be nearly as hard, nearly as stacked as this first game was. So I think the expectation is most certainly to go 4-0 and then get to that midseason and then just see what happens there.
And then you got to try and go 2-1 against Cumberland, Winthrop,
Yeah.
St. Clair.
If you can go 2-1 against that gauntlet,
That
that's pretty good.
I mean, we're already talking about like playoff seeding.
I know, yeah.
The
It's
first stream of the
literally
season.
game 1, and we're already
But
like, all right, into the
if
season.
you start off 4-0 and then go 2-1 against the teams, take care of East Tennessee State, you're going to get the 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Obviously,
100%.
one game has been played in the whole season. We're a bit ahead of ourselves.
We are.
But the excitement, there's a buzz around the room. The Mountaineers taking home the season opener against a team that really had their number last season, really kind of sent them down that spiral that we saw them head towards in the second half of the regular season last year, getting their get back here. The Baylor Bears are taking down the 300,000 career earnings roster was not enough to take down the Mountaineers this time.
No, not enough.
Wouldn't be
at
surprised
all.
at all if we saw this as a playoff matchup.
Yeah, this is
in
a-
the future.
This is a very possible playoff matchup. I mean, we saw it last semester, obviously, but I don't know if it does happen. Baylor's gonna have a chip on their shoulder for sure, and Hawksher's not a guy you really want to have with a chip on his shoulder. But hey, we'll see
No.
what happens. Hawksher did play very well today. We saw him really activate in those last really 4 games.
Yeah.
In reality,
After game 1, when it's kind of like how LeBron has like his feel out games in game 1 of a
Yeah.
series, and he kind of like walks around, sees what they're doing, and then
Yeah.
just dominates. That's shades
Kinda
of what
what
Hawksher did today. And in games 2 through 5, he was absolutely brilliant. But sometimes, I mean, in a game like that, game 1 turned out to be pretty important.
yeah, it most certainly was. But that should do us for today. Beautiful start to the NACE season here in Rocket League, and we will catch you tomorrow for Valorant and COD.
And COD, doubleheader. We're
Big
back with the
doubleheader.
doubleheaders. And
We're
don't
so
worry,
back.
we will have Lotus main roster doubleheaders coming back at
Oh,
you
yeah.
every Tuesday. Don't worry, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changing.
We
at
will
all.
be back
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
See you then.